Hello, everybody, and welcome to what will be the Bloodletters now? 6 Towers Gang, Blades in the Dark. That's the important part. This is episode number 10 for us. Big two digits. Look at us go.
Cray cray.
Does that mean we've been playing for almost a year?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
That
think
is
so.
bananas. That is out of control. I can't believe that.
Yep.
Yeah.
We started before the Kickstarter was finished. So
Yeah.
That's true. Well,
Yeah.
welcome back, everybody.
Crazy pants.
Yeah, I'm super excited. I like being Canterhig just for a little bit at a time.
is that why we play so infrequently, Adam? Because you're like,
Maybe.
answer, but only a little bit.
I mean, it's like
Then
all
I
those.
gotta detox.
Like all those interviews with Jared Leto about being the Joker. I don't want to let it take me over, you know. I don't want to be more Cantor than Adam, and I don't think you want that either.
No.
I love playing with Cantor, but I love real Adam.
Yeah, he's much better. So yeah, if you are just watching this for the very first time, welcome. We are playing a cool role-playing game called Blades in the Dark. It is written by my man John Harper, and to some degree or another, Strash, Sean, and myself have had some humble input in either the game itself or in forthcoming supplementary material. Therefore, and we all really like playing Blades, and we like playing role-playing games together. And though the 6 Towers Gang was born. So yeah, we've been playing this game for a while now, and I'm pretty sure we're the best gang in the whole world at this point. Our last session, we destroyed everyone who stood in our way, and did so in a cool and smart way that made us look really sexy. So good job, everybody. Nice campaign, and I guess we can go. Thanks for coming. See, John's already out of here. He knows we don't need a GM anymore, is the thing.
We just describe ourselves being awesome and like taking over the rest of Duskfall by storm.
Yeah. It's been very good. We've been very successful so far. Yeah. So today, what are we're doing? We're doing like all our cleanup stuff, right?
Downtime things.
Yeah, downtime.
And entanglements and also I don't know if we want to discuss aligning time at all, because definitely at the end of the game, I don't remember if it was on air or not, but we were discussing the notion that like there's a season break right now.
That's right. Yeah.
In that like our foes are like our obstacles are gonna be very different at this point. Now we're up in Skurlock's business and we got the Spirit Wardens on our ass, and we've kind of locked down our hold, sort of maybe in Crow's Foot. So
this is the part of the game where we all switch to a different game. We play actors trying to get a raise for the next season, and then suddenly one of us is replaced by a different actor, and it's weird and uncomfortable, and nobody acknowledges it.
If I recall.
Yeah. I did want to say before we started, John, that I think our last episode of the game spawned a little GMing meme where I believe you told us to just imagine something cool. I've seen that come up several times since then, and I'm really happy about that.
That's awesome.
It's a really advanced GM maneuver. It's not for everybody, but when you level up enough, you'll be able to use it. Just ask your players to imagine something really awesome happening in the game, and your work is done.
If you backed at the $500 level for the Kickstarter, that move is eligible to you.
Right.
If you missed it, you could still back at that level just send buckets of cash.
Donate now.
Oh man.
And then it unlocks. Oh, ranged guy rather points out that also Oscar got the attention of a forbidden god. So
right.
we got that business.
Yeah.
to deal
What
with
was
as well.
what was her name? Some cool.
She who slays in darkness.
Yes.
And oh my god, the dude who made the art for her, who was that? I feel terrible.
Yeah, Adam.
Lavender Void, I think.
The other Adam. Yeah. Super cool fan art for that goddess.
Adam, that was beautiful.
Yeah. Nice work.
So yeah, we maybe to very quickly recap. We spent about 9 sessions taking the crew from Tier 0 when they decided somewhat at random to take over a piece of turf that the Red Sashes controlled. Not for any particular reason, just because that was available. And then having taken that foothold away from them, spent 9 sessions basically building up to full-on gang warfare against this higher-tier faction. And last session, we had it out. We had the big showdown, the big fight. And they attacked their base. They had Red Sash's base and killed everybody there.
Yes.
So
We did that.
it was a long build-up, a lot of cool personal character stories along the way. But as a crew, that was kind of the arc, season 1 arc, I guess, as Sean is putting it. Going from the somewhat inconsequential happenstance of let's take turf from these guys to fast forward, killing them all dead. So yeah, I think it makes a lot of sense to think of that as a season break in a sense, and moving into this downtime phase. We have the luxury in this game to kind of treat time very fluidly. When we're not doing a mission, it can be kind of whatever. So maybe our downtime can be a little expansive if we want to. Time could pass, or certain relationships may change during this downtime, perhaps.
I'm let's see, how far am I away from getting my ass hitched? Because I still got
That
I still got
depends
6.
on whether you present her with that locket, which should be interesting.
So optimistic.
I got 6 to go. I have a pie. I'm filling it in. We got a clock. I'm allowed to work on my projects. It's cool.
Sparkle in your eye.
Yeah.
It's so cute.
I know.
I think you have an emoji for that.
Yeah,
Actually,
exactly.
just the most adorable little delusions. There.
Yep.
So Cantor is currently dating Adam. What's your fiance's name?
I've made a point of not writing it down anywhere, so I don't
Erase
know.
one
Captain
tick.
what's her face?
Erase 1 tick for every letter in her name.
Yeah. Well, it's funny too because her name is the same as the name of a person I know in real life, so it should be easy
my
for me.
God.
Like I know Linnea, so it's not like it's a totally unfamiliar name. But no, I seem to forget every time.
Do you forget your friend's name every time?
No, I got a pretty clear idea of her as a person, but I think I mean, like I was saying before, I'm getting into the method, right? Like, if I don't ever remember, then I can't have to pretend. Try not to metagame, John. That's really what's important. She's my special lady friend. All right, that's all you need to know.
Captain what's her face.
Captain what's her face? Yep.
Well, you're keeping the streak alive, Cantor. Good job.
Yeah. I do what I can.
So for those of you who may not have watched every episode, Cantor's girlfriend is Leviathan Hunter Captain, a very, very about as high in society as one can rise, and still have a job and not be a noble that sits around collecting money. And Cantor is kind of the other end of that scale, and they found some common ground and started going out. But the key thing in all this that we're kind of joking about is that Captain Linnea happens to be a Ruvian from the southern sort of desert kingdom, and the Red Sashes are the local Aruvian gang that they just murdered all of them. Aruvians are not super common up north here in Duskwall, and they're related sometimes and stuff. So we'll just we'll see where that's going. But it's a small world.
Word gets around.
I'm sensing an RP heavy session.
perhaps.
Yeah. Oscar and RC's downtime. We'd be like, cool. Train. I recover from a wound. I do my vice, and 2.5 hours of. But I thought you loved me, baby.
No, let me tell you, RC and Oscar need to have a talk. So
Yeah. That's absolutely true.
Brace yourself.
RP heavy session is probably what we're going to be doing, but as usual, we can check in and as sort of talk about how we maybe want to, if we want to try to do a score tonight, or if you just want to just play that the downtime and see how it goes. I'm fine with whatever you guys want to do. We could play it by ear, but I just want to check in at the beginning and ask if there was a score on the horizon that you were excited about doing next, or if not, then we can just play and see where we go.
Most of my plans are for downtime.
Yeah. Let's just play to find out, John.
Yeah, cool. All right. So we have a couple outstanding issues from last time. One of which is sort of Oscar focused, but the others are sort of bookkeeping stuff. We didn't cover your payoff from the operation. Like, we know that you took out the red sashes, you destroyed them.
And we took their turf.
Yes.
And you took their turf, you took their headquarters as a new claim for your crew, which is a cover operation, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right.
So you put a hole in the roof, but otherwise didn't really destroy the building or anything. So it's a very nice old sort of mansion in Crowsfoot there that you can reuse for a cover operation, keeping it as a
Dueling school. Yeah.
dueling school if you want, or turning it into whatever. Whatever you want.
We've got Roth and his killers.
The Roth Conclave School of Duelistry.
Exactly. Well,
Yeah.
we're not duelists. I mean, RC is deadly, but he's not a duelist.
It's the Spratshaw Community College of Sword Fighting.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. You actually do know a couple of really good duelists, and you could easily just keep it that way. So that's something to think about. So you got that. You got your payoff, which basically constitutes all of the red sashes stuff. There would be time spent like breaking into their vault and stuff, but whatever. Like, we don't need to deal with that in the nitty gritty. That no one's going to stop you. So you eventually get all of their stuff, and we can imagine a rather bloody few days here in the sword school where bodies are dealt with. We'll talk about that a little bit. Floors are cleaned, and there are a few students that lived in the school. Their belongings and their finery and what's worth what and all that kind of stuff. But I think it's hovering in the range of 12 coin, more or less.
Wicked.
Like, lots of cash that they had squirreled away, because they and the Lampblacks had both kind of shut down their operations during the war and were spending out of their coffers. But they've both been around for a long time. That's kind of what was left in terms of cash. And there's some other stuff you could sell off or whatever if you wanted to. But the question, is you guys had a deal with the Lampblacks to take this as your turf. Are you keeping all of that for yourselves, or is there any kind of split situation happening, which wasn't part of the deal at all? You didn't discuss money at all. So it's just totally up to you if you want to be the types of friends who share with their friends out of the goodness of your hearts, or the types who, you take what you get and it's yours and that's just how it is, or what. You tell me, but you've accumulated 12 coin out of the place that you've
I think it largely would depend on who was the one that, had the discussion with Bajo. Because there might be a vastly different opinion.
Yeah, that's the trick, right? Like, they're the Austria-Hungary to our Turkey or whatever, and they're on the list, right? Like, eventually we can't share turf with them because they're some of our nearest neighbors. So if we give them money now, it's like, I guess we could give Osama and his buddies a bunch of AKs, but it might not be the best idea in the long run.
Right. Well, but right now we think that we're pally pals because they've got the crows to deal with, and
Yep.
So we're not next on their hit list, but
No, you sort of had a little bit of a unspoken, semi-spoken.
Well, I was thinking about that on the inverse. Cantor's people to kill list has Bajo on it somewhere. Just
right. No, we all know
it would be easier if you had a list.
list.
If you had the other list, I think, Adam. If you had the list of people you weren't going to kill, it's a much shorter list.
I think that's what's right.
I guess what's the expectation, right? Can I make like a gangs wise roll here? Like what is the proper thing to do in this situation?
You may roll your gangs wise, yes.
And how much would be too little to give them? So what is the minimum we can give them without seeming insulting? My guess, or at least my gut, says that we give them 3 coin. That way we showcase that we are taking the bear share, but we're not being too greedy. We do give them some coin, which does buy us some goodwill, but not enough that we can't outmuscle them if it comes to a copper-on-copper battle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I would. I think that. See, so I imagine this would be a discussion amongst the three of us,
Sure.
perhaps amongst others as well. So, yeah, can we make a group action to sort of discuss amongst ourselves? I think Ursi would be studying Bajo. She'd be watching him to see after the fight if he's like, okay, guys, good job, let's go home, or if he's like, okay, where's our cut?
You're watching the wrong person. I watch his gang because Bacho's going to blame us for the outcome no matter what happens.
That's why we're doing teamwork. We can all do stuff. So us here can watch the gang, and anyway, so that's my thought is that we.
I think that makes sense. And I think it makes sense for Cantor too. Like study it at least in terms of one who understands the criminal underworld. It's not necessarily like study book learning, but it could definitely represent Cantor's accumulated knowledge about how gangs operate and how they tend to work, and his own sort of read on Bajo.
Yeah.
And, there's one other mechanical thing that reminded me of that I wanted to do first.
I have 2 dots in study. I never use them, but I have them.
Yes, let's do that. But before I roll dice, I want to clarify something. So I was looking at rewatching this the game last time, and I realized that when RC went down the stairs and tackling Malera, you said, "Oh, you know how to put yourself in a desperate position," and I sort of misunderstood it, whatever. As you wanted to take a devil's bargain, so I rolled an extra die on my skirmish roll. I noticed that too, and you rolled a crit, and it, like a few seconds after we had celebrated, I was like, it's whatever, it's fine. So. Right. So I wanted to retroactively say I'm at 7 stress, so I would be more than happy to say I pushed myself over into trauma, or if you wanted me to take a devil's bargain, I could do that. But I didn't want to. I didn't realize I was misunderstanding.
Do you want trauma XP, Sean?
Yeah. I mean, this is totally in the spirit of the game, right? Like do-overs, retcons, and everything is totally a thing. So
what I propose is that I mark a dot in prowess because I didn't. It was a desperate skirmish because I didn't realize that, and then I take 2 stress and take the trauma and take the trauma cold because I was just like, yeah, Malera, this is how it goes, or Cantor's gonna shoot you in the head.
I like that. Yeah, I think that's great, and it also sort of fits in with the fiction too, because the final massacre there, we didn't really focus on RC doing the killing exactly, and maybe like after that moment, that's when the trauma really hit you, and you were sort of like standing in the middle of the massacre.
Watching our boys just be cut down, yeah.
And just like...
Because I never really took an action after that, did all the cool, Tempest shit to save Cantor, and we murdered everybody, but yeah, I like that RC just watched as this, bloodbath happened around her.
That's the moment when that part of her died.
Yeah. Cool, awesome. So...
That's great, yeah, I love it.
So we have retcon to make it so I was not cheating. I apologize for...
Also, I mean, let's all just applaud Sean Nittner retconning to give his character trauma. I mean, come on, that's beautiful. That's screw you, regular gamer nerds. Give your character adversity; it's more fun. Yeah, no, that's great. And as we learned last time, also Cantor, 7 or 8 XP, whatever you got. Having trauma and ruining your life is really good for your XP.
Yeah,
so
it's the shit. Yeah.
It's an investment in your future to have trauma.
It totally is. Yeah, I mean, it's another way to get XP. So you have it.
Yeah. So Sean, can you tell us well, I don't want to pre-game too much here, but in the aftermath there, when we're studying Bajo and having this group action.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know if the crew notices, but the audience of the movie, is there something we see in RC that as this trauma manifests, is there something that that you want to describe there?
I think it would be like in the form of I don't know how it would materialize with Bajo, but I think like we could cut back to like the aftermath and see like one of the sashes that's like horribly injured, but looks like he's gonna like limp away, and RC sort of looks. And like it was the same situation where she was just going to let Malera walk out and say, "Okay, cool. We're doing the honorable thing of you've surrendered, and I'm going to give you quarter." And instead, she comes up behind him and takes this short blade dagger and just like opens his throat and throws him into the pile with the rest of the dead. And
yeah, not in her like scrapper mode like she usually is. Like she just like executes the guy.
It's just you're not gonna walk out of this room and tell your friends about this. Also, that was my gratuitous way of showing off the knife that I made.
Yeah, so cool.
That was fun times.
Super cool. There's a post on the Blades G+ forum if you want to go look at pictures. It's really dope. So yeah, I don't know if you guys know this, but you get 20 XP when you make your own knife. You got some work to do, is all I'm saying.
Actually, I know blacksmithing. I should.
See, I've been
get my free XPs.
I made a whole bandolier of knives, but John won't believe me because I keep sending him pictures of them in the dark, and it's just a black screen. So, just trying to stay on brand.
Nice.
So
okay.
Let's
So yeah, you're gonna like I'm picturing this like in the aftermath, as the gangs disperse, and there's a kind of a bloody celebration to some degree. Your gang is all savages. Bajo's gang is all savages. Those are their tags. So they are not somber and like, oh, we had to do this or something. They're like licking their knives.
Oh yeah, totally. Well, we've also seen like last time we killed the Red Sashes, what we did is we went out drinking, and like last time it was this big deal between RC and Cantor, and this time I don't see that happening at all. I mean, there's going to be the partying. It's probably going to happen here, like drinking and whatever, and no one's telling them to stop.
Yeah, after a little while, like there's just this smear of blood going back through the alcoves into the back room, and the front has kind of been emptied out. And it's not like you're going to strip the place and empty the vaults now and give Bajo some money. It's not that situation. It's just like things are wrapping up. You've done what you set out to do. You're doing the final like handshake or whatever moment of we have fulfilled our bargain with each other, and you guys have a chance to get a read on, because you're looking around like this place is really nice and they have a bunch of nice stuff. There's a lot of silk and they probably have a lot of money in their vault. And
we shut up a lot of it, but there's
is he and his crew, are they like eyeballing stuff and prying stuff off the wall, or like what's the deal? Group action study I think is good. Who's going to lead? Who's the leader?
I think the leader should be the person to talk to Bajo and say like, this is what we're going to give you.
That makes sense. Yeah.
What do you think, Josh?
Sure. That sounds great. I'm not talking with my mask and red hand persona on.
It's fine.
And 7 stress, which I can't soak your failures with.
I'll do it. I'll be lead.
Yeah, that sounds good.
RC will be like, because I think so this, depending on how this goes, RC, whatever she says, she's going to feel is definitive. So let's see how bad, if we roll well, I'm sure it'll be a good decision. But so I'm gonna roll my study, looking at Bajo and looking at his expectation. That's what I'm doing.
Cool. Everybody roll it up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
nice. Good, Sean. Thank you for
that.
that.
I'm clearing them out. I'm clearing out all the bad rolls.
Yeah.
Well, Sean doesn't get stressed for his own failures, does he?
Exactly. I don't. Yeah, I can fuck up totally.
All right.
And we have a 4 so far. Adam, save us.
No, I got 2.
right.
Asking Cantor to study stuff is a good way to get your ass killed. So.
We didn't decide whether this is controlled, risky, or desperate.
Oh yeah, sorry. It's risky.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm gonna go with what, unless you want to feed information to us, John, based on the roll. I was gonna.
Hang on, I didn't see the last result. What did you actually get?
4 is our
Yeah,
high.
4.
And
Okay.
I'm marking 1 stress for Cantor because he got a 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's right.
Which I can take now because my stress tax is clear.
Yeah, you actually have up to 0.
Feels good to be at the
Yeah,
top of
yeah.
the next bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah, and basically, like, this is for the Blades rules people at home. Trauma like takes you out of the present conflict usually, like when you take trauma. So if we had been doing it back then instead of retconning it, like RC would have actually been out of the fight at the end, and who knows how things might have turned out. But new episode, new scene, new situation. She's back, not really back. Still probably like all weird, but just rules wise, that's how that works. So yeah. So the consequence here, the reason it's risky is because you're opening the door to this possibility. Like you're trying to deal with him, as a peer and not just push him around. But that, Basho's, he likes to take advantage of people, and you've seen him try to do that with you before. So, as you're talking to him, as you're kind of sizing him up, he does the same back to you. So you guys can resist this if you want to, or one of you might take it for the team. But I think, like, you size him up and you see, like, he doesn't expect any money from you. Anything you give him would make you look like cool,
Okay.
In front of his gang. And probably your own too. Like, I don't think they would think bad about you. If they're savage, they're not, don't have any other issues. So, and they're loyal. So I think it would just make you look like more of a baller, if you were like, yeah, sure, whatever.
Yeah.
But you get the vibe from him that he doesn't really expect anything. But he tries to take a read on you during this little interaction, and he's gonna be able to tell, what's your vibe with him? Like now that you partnered up, hey, we're in this together. Let's take out the red sashes. And now you're like leaving, and he's kind of like, he's gonna basically, if what Cantor said is for real, like, well, everybody's on our list, it's, well, see you later, Bazo. Like, if that's your real feeling, like, he's gonna pick that up. That like, like you're thinking, we can't just give this guy money to use against us later, and he's thinking like, can I just leave these guys alone to come and kill me later?
Right.
So I think that's the consequence. Like he reads that intention off at one of you, and if you want to resist it, you can. Otherwise, he leaves going. Gotta watch my back. Gotta watch my back.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I don't think that's bad. I think
I won't. I don't want to resist this because I don't think that Oscar necessarily has that vibe. Like, he might get it from the other two, but to Oscar, what's been established is that we're going to be kind of dominant here. And it's not uncommon for more powerful gangs to have patronage, like where the other people pay up. They have like underlings.
Well, let's just cloak it in Cantor Hagg's macho bullshit, and I can just be like loud and obnoxious about it. And like, like I see one of their gang members like picking up a vase, and I'm like, don't fucking touch that. That shit's mine, and like slap it out of his hand. And like, like I can be the like big obnoxious, like, yeah, we own this shit. Get the fuck out of my house, Because Because then later RCU can be like, let's talk like grown-ups, and we can do the
Sure.
good
No,
cop,
I mean,
bad cop.
if you wanted to, if you want to resist it, by doing the thing, I think that totally makes sense. But
Yeah, you like smoke screen it basically. Like
Yeah,
he doesn't,
exactly.
he won't be able to pick on what you really want because you're just like, okay, party's over.
Yeah.
No one invited you. Go away or whatever.
Exactly, yeah. Totally. We'd
I
like
like
to be
that.
we'd like to be alone with our new tapestries, please, if you don't mind.
we'll decide which one we want to put in our room.
These silk drapes don't appreciate themselves.
Exactly. I need to go drink 6 bottles of very expensive wine and parade around here wearing nothing but a red sash. So time to leave, Bajo.
Cancer and nothing but a red sash. Man,
Yeah.
the fans want to see that.
I think you mean Emperor Haig. That's my new name now because I own all these fancy things.
The old Homercles.
That's right. Yeah, I come down the stairs wearing my toga of silk.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. So what am I resisting this with?
You're gonna roll one of your attributes. Probably
Feels like it's like insight or
it's
resolve.
insight. Yeah, I think it's insight. You're like you're pulling a fast one on him socially. You're like
Okay.
dodging his gaze.
Okay. Any other stuff? I guess I could push myself, but maybe I don't want to. I don't want to waste a bunch of time working that off.
Yeah, well, this is to resist stress anyway, so
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, right.
might as well.
Can't really. Okay.
I mean, you can technically, but
I
it
could
doesn't.
throw out a devil's bargain, which is that one of an idea, which is that Bajo doesn't believe this, but one of his like number 2 totally does, and so he's got somebody like a worm tongue in his ear spouting the truth, but not that he believes. That
I was like, I didn't get that sense at all. What are you talking about?
that he's
I mean,
got-
they're kind of assholes, but
Yeah, I mean, I'll take the extra die and
that's cool. I like that. Yeah.
find some other.
Yeah, I can imagine somebody like shit talking us, because then
Yeah.
we have to kill them for shit talking us.
Exactly. You're just giving me more fun shit to do. I'm all over.
Right.
It.
So
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, that's good. I'll create that NPC.
Okay. So I got four dice then.
oh damn,
Let's
nice.
see how we do.
Oh, you did.
Shit.
You're all over this shit. No
Insight is your jam,
Yeah.
Jimmy Jam. Zero
Surprisingly.
stress. Zero stress for cancer.
Mm-hmm. No problem.
All right. Nice.
So, compadres,
I would
do
say-
you actually want to give them the coin?
So I'll bring it back into the mechanics now. Like, so at the end of this, you're going to have +1 status with the lampblacks
cool.
because you did the score together. Does that take you to +2 with them? I think
Let me check. I think I've got our sheet.
pretty sure. I'm not totally positive.
Well, it's been so long since we've touched the factions sheet. I have
I
to
know. Yeah.
check that out. Like I
It's
have
just- It's been the -3 is the only one that's mattered.
Yeah, we've been very focused.
I think it is going to put us at +2, but
So yeah, I would say if you make them a gift on top of that, that could push you up to +3.
What do you guys think? Sounds good to me.
+3 is pretty baller. It means that they'll do stuff for us even if it puts them at risk and if it's not in their interests.
I believe His Imperial Highness would approve of taking from the coffers a pittance for our allies.
And not to lowball, but we happen to have 2 in our coffers right now, and since we haven't already pillaged the vault, we could be like, well, this is what we've got on hand, or we could do the 3 with the idea that we get it to them later. But like right now, of what
Yeah, you can do it later. It's fine. That's fine.
Cool. Awesome. So, so I think we say we're gonna make this right for you and leave it.
Can I make a suggestion?
Yeah, it's fine.
There would be a smooth move where you toss them something and you say, "This is to celebrate. The rest will come later."
Yeah, I think it's gonna
sure.
be like some statue with gems or something like that in it. Something that is valuable, but is like clearly just like a small pittance. Be like toss it to one of their guys. Toss it to their dissenting asshole who doesn't like it.
Yeah, nice. And while you're at the faction sheet, Sean, you also get -1 with the Forgotten Gods.
Okay.
You know why.
Yeah, I know why. That puts us at -2 with the Forgotten Gods, by the way.
Yeah, fun.
We were at -1 already.
And if you want to fill it out now, I'll tell you about this in a minute, but you get -1 with the Aruvian consulate as well.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. We're just at -1. The red sashes, can I just draw a nice little line through them?
They're gone. Oh, right. Sorry. You also, well, that hasn't happened yet. Never mind. So what often happens when you eliminate a group is you get minuses with their allies.
Yeah.
So like the inspectors and the dockers and the people that like the red sashes, but that no one knows yet what has happened. You've kept it totally quiet. So the allies' statuses haven't changed yet.
Okay. So hold on. The Aruvian consulate came from a different reason then?
Yeah. From the entanglement, which we'll get to.
Oh, okay, cool, excellent.
Yeah.
All right. So just a little recap, since we haven't looked at this in so long. We have +1 status with Lord Skurlock. We have +3 with the Lamplacks. We have +3 with the Dimmer Sisters. We've never talked to the Dimmer Sisters.
We have a +3 with them?
Yeah, it's all Oscar's fault. Please continue.
Man, Oscar, you're weird friends.
Yeah. We have -2 with the Eels. We have -1 with the Bluecoats, -1 with the Inspectors, now -1 with the Aruvian Consulate, and now -2 with the Forgotten Gods. I had totally forgotten about the Dimmer Sisters. I did not realize that we had.
Well, so now, now what we got to do is we got to go leverage the Dimmer Sisters against the Forgotten Gods and off them next, and just work our way up the minus list until there's nobody left.
We've got some houses to clean. We need to figure out what the fuck is going on with the Spirit Wardens and how to deal with them, and that might not be a bad thing to leverage, considering that everybody mystical hates those guys.
Yeah, word.
True that. And the Eels. Oh crap! The Eels were the gang that you assassinated in the first session.
Mm-hmm.
And for the first couple of episodes after that, I made some fortune rolls for them because they were like tier 1 or 0 or something. Like, oh, can they really hate these guys? Can they like get on their feet and try to like come at you or something? And they just kept never having any actionable thing. So yeah, I think Silver's ghost is still a thing. So that's in Oscar's kind of, background. So maybe that'll come back again. But at least for now, you have a group that hates you, and it's like 2 people, and they just what are they gonna do?
We don't care. Ranged guy asked a little while ago whether we killed the Whisperer that was in the house because they had some magical defenses, and I want to say we pretty much killed the Red Sashes to a person, yeah? Or did some Whisperer sneak out?
So
later on.
Yeah. So there's a point. I watched the video today, and there's this interesting point where, Sean, you at the very beginning when you first assault, you're like, we're here to claim this turf, and we're gonna seize it because we put up the clocks for like how many people get killed.
Yeah. And
you said you were like, at this point, like if they want to run, they're welcome to run away.
Totally.
Because anyone who stays here is getting killed.
Yep.
And at the time, I just kind of was like, yeah, that makes sense. And then by the end of the episode, when we played it, I was like, yeah, everyone got killed. But when I rewatched it today, I was like, was there anyone there at the beginning of the assault who, given the chance to leave, would leave the building? And I think that number is not 0.
Cool. No, I like it.
So,
no. I think if it showed us, because that's absolutely RC's opinion going in, but that's not what happened.
Yeah.
Like it was right. It became a butchery at the end. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
If someone was smart and just saw the writing on the wall and ran away, we weren't paying attention. We weren't watching the outside to make sure.
So the precedent, and you guys would know this. Like this isn't a big secret or anything. Like when they first attacked you, the Whisperer stayed on like a distant rooftop and used a ghost to like target his powers against you in the fight.
Right.
So yeah, I mean basically
that's his jam.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, that doesn't constitute the faction surviving or anything like that. There's not like one red sash left or something.
John just told me that I need to research a new ritual. Thank you, John.
Oh, yeah, good. Yeah, there you go. They're destroyed, and, if there was a survivor or 2 or 3 or whatever.
It's personal beef. It's not.
It's just personal beef or trying to change their identity and get out of the city before you find them or whatever they're going to be doing with their lives.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yes, I think you know this too, RC. Like you're the commander of the operation. You know what happens, when you do something like this. It's not like you intentionally surrounded the building and.
Yeah, we didn't have the people power to do that.
Right.
We knew it was going to be a tough fight. So.
Yeah, it was a total massacre inside, but people can slip away. So, yes, that. What was the other outstanding thing? We did heat, we did payoff, we did faction statuses. Oh, right, gang trouble. So before we get into downtime here, when gang trouble, the entanglement says that one of your gangs, gets into trouble because of one of their drawbacks, and you guys, they're savages. So in the few days following, on their own recognizance, some of the guys in the gang, when they're out and about, they destroy an Eruvian shrine that's like around, because some Eruvians live in Crowsfoot. They like find an Eruvian shrine that looks to them, it's not, but it looks to them like one of those weird goddess statues from the temple. So they like smash it apart, and they like beat up some old guy who comes and complains at them. And when they're out at the bar, they killed an Eruvian to like, they think, was a red sash or something.
Look like a red sash, right? Because all Eruvians look like red sashes to them.
Yeah, basically, they were just like, look, it's one of them, and he was like, oh shit, what? And it escalated, and it was a fight. Like, it wasn't like a murder situation exactly. Like this, they fought this person.
Are we gonna have to have a talk with our gang about profiling and racism?
Yeah, exactly, exactly. So far, it's no death bells have rung, no crows, no investigators coming around. You've taken some steps in the next few days to like make it look shuttered, like they're closed down for now or something. So that nothing of the assault has gotten out, but people in the neighborhood have talked to the consulate that like, yeah, there's this like basically this like gang of racist thugs operating in Crowsfoot that are like targeting Eruvians or something.
Where's Captain Linnea from? Just checking.
She's from
okay. Yeah. Good to know. Carry on.
Yeah. So this has become known, and it's like it's just -1. They're not attacking you yet or anything like that, but it's bubbled up. Someone somewhere has gone, wait a minute, what's happening here? There's a problem. Has something to do with the Red Sash School, and eventually someone's gonna figure it out. Like, oh, there's a gang war, and there's these 3 major gangs in Crowsfoot: the Bloodletters, the Lamplex, and the Red Sashes, and they're all fighting each other. And
I think we leave we take one of we just leave like a little sash out front with a sign that basically says like closed for renovations. School under new management. Come to study dueling.
Closed due to fucked up amounts of murder. Murder infestation. We are infested with murders and
under new management.
Well, that also does beg the question, like your ritual prevents the bell from going off and the crows from coming, but it doesn't prevent a whole shit ton of ghosts from rising. So if we're talking about in a few days, then within that in a few days period, we need to have done something. We all know 3-ish days is how long we've got.
It's like between one and.
Do we have like a dump for these things, like under the mansion or something? Let's fucking throw them in there, man.
Here's an honest question that I can only ask John, which is, when I look to the space behind my left shoulder that appears to be completely empty to everyone else, Does Satara want any of these bodies?
Of course. And you know that one thing to do is, well, what do you know? You know a lot.
Chains and eggs.
What do you know?
So the whole, like, the water teleportation thing, it's just cool parlor trick. That's essentially like the deal with the bodies too, right? When they get dumped at the tattoo parlor, it's not that they're going through the whole Duskwall sewer system or something and then eventually out to sea. It's that she's like taking them through the pool out to wherever she takes them. Usually, it's the same ability, right? So the fountain at the Red Sash School could potentially be the same thing. Like you could take all these 30, 40-ish bodies and just, Cyclops has been doing this for months now. Like just start putting them in and have just Satara just do whatever she does with them.
We know because we've seen them chained up when we
I was going to say
those eggs.
I know. So
I am under no delusion.
If you want to give her 40 more bodies, whatever her magic number is, you don't know. But if you want to give her 40 more on that clock, if you just want to give her 40 more bodies.
Fresh victims for my ever-growing army of the undead.
You have
quick question, John.
I'll put it.
Give me Satara's favor. Y/N.
Yes, it will. And
why? Then we don't really have a choice, do we? Does somebody stop me?
It's the easiest way to dispose of the bodies if you don't care, about her, whatever she's doing with them. If you just say Satara takes care of them, then they're just gone. They're out of your hair. Problem solved.
The reason I was asking is I didn't know if she needed them alive, if she needed specific ones that she picks out, what it was. If it's just anybody will do, just into the fountain.
Alive and infected with the blood is best, but it's a spectrum. Anyone? I guess you know this, right?
Yeah, I probably do. Well, let me just ask: are you soft-footing around the fact that she's trying to hatch the eggs into more sea demons? Or
no, you kind of already know.
Yeah,
that something like that's going on. So they're only useful. Like consecration is part of the thing, and they've been consecrated in various ways. You and Bazo and Cantor and Arcee now are all part of that because of your corruption clocks. So actually infecting people with the blood is the best thing, but if just any one of you killing somebody, and actually your whole gang basically has tattoos now at this point.
Funny how that works.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of them were killed by Bajo's guy, although Bajo he's infected some of his guys.
Listen, it's totally fine. I'm going to basically walk amongst them, point, those ones Cyclops takes, the ones that he doesn't, we're going to gather, and I will bring some Leviathan blood, and I will take the time to process it and run it through the bodies. Like, this is not an emergency. I have a little bit of time.
You've got some time.
And I'm essentially going to incinerate them in a similar fashion to what's happening with, like at the crematorium.
For one, so you're not going to put them all into the pool?
Whichever one Satara picks. Like if people that are tainted have killed certain ones and she likes those, we'll throw those in. The ones that have been consecrated and are yucky, I'll take care of.
I just love the idea of you going through the bodies, being like, yes, no, yes, maybe that one without the arms, no.
Yucky. So Arcee is not resisting this at all, but she does want to be a part of the delivery, and I think this is going to come into her downtime actions, is consorting with Satara, All
right, cool. Yeah, nice.
Tell me more.
Well, anyway, so she really wants to have some leverage that will let her get in the room with Satara, and it's totally cool if Oscar's there too. This is not to circumvent Oscar, but this is very much like Arcee wants a thing, and she thinks Satara can give it to her. So if we're like, if you start saying, okay, throw those in the pool, give them to her, and I'm like, wait, we know that those have value. Let's not give those. We're not handing those over for nothing. And basically just like, let's hand them over in good faith. But I want to.
Oh, you want to make a deal or something?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, makes sense. We don't give
And this is your chance to like be like, hey, kitty, we got something
Exactly.
you want.
Right. I want the little demon nip to. So that, because my experience is like Satara just moves lightning fast. Satara like is more powerful, faster, stronger than like I can't be like come knocking at her door. So this is an opportunity too.
Yeah, it's
Oscar can, but RC doesn't know how that exactly works. Last time
there are ways for normal humans to get on her level, but RC's not playing that game yet. She's not.
Not yet.
So Oscar points to a body and however many that it takes for the gang members to be busy dragging them away, and then actually speaks to RC, because he doesn't usually speak when he's all masked up and everything. But
yeah,
what he says is, I don't know that you want to play that game. When you try and gain leverage on them is where most humans make mistakes.
I just want her attention.
You have her attention.
You have her attention.
No, I have something else.
Fine. Well, then make it so that I can talk to her without being in underwater squigglyverse. I don't have to travel to her realm of horror to do this.
That can be arranged, I'm sure.
So why don't we do it on good terms? I'm not saying I have to hold out on her, but I can at least be presenting an offering.
You can be presenting a gift.
Sure. That's what you want to call it?
It is not leverage, RC. Thinking of it as leverage is a critical mistake.
Everything is leverage, Oscar.
This is why you should let me handle this.
You handle her just fine. We've established that. And RC like kind of grinds her teeth. But you don't have. But I have a personal question to ask her.
Of course.
Cool.
All right, we'll totally do that during downtime.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll totally do it during downtime.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sweet.
The moment that you think that you have leverage on a demon is when you've already lost.
It's all good. I mean, I can tell you what it is I want. I don't know.
No, it'll be great. We'll do it. It'll be in character. It'll be awesome. Let's keep rolling.
Yep.
So another thing, you guys hear a rumor about something as you're doing all this business at the thing, breaking into their vault. The guys really enjoy that. Although, you probably want the vaults to still work, don't you?
Yeah.
Because they're just going to go at it with sledgehammers and picks
technically, unless we pay for the crew upgrade of having a vault, we don't have a vault, so it's fine if they hit it with hammers.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
that's.
Yeah, I guess
I mean,
that's a good
We haven't
point.
bought the vault.
You could have them in the fiction, but I kind of like that idea that they just smash them apart.
Yeah.
And we're like, shit, fuck.
We'll have them fixed, and when we get the crew upgrade, the fixes will go into
Right.
play.
I like that. That's nice. That's nice and neat. So there's a few days here, bodies, vaults, and stuff. Hearing about your gang targeting Aruvians in the neighborhood and stuff. But I can't tell you what the rumor is without finding something out, and I could just roll it, on my own between sessions. But we might as well do it together for fun. After last session, you guys went down to the tattoo parlor. Cyclops had sort of bricked up the wall, kind of trying to hide it, and the Spirit Warden Rookery and their search team was like trying to hone in on the fucking horrible occult cesspool that they were reading in the Ghost Field and trying to find where that was.
So judgmental, John. Jesus.
I know.
Sorry, the
cesspool.
differently empowered
right.
energy field. So we need to make a roll. It's going to be Satara versus the Spirit Wardens. I figure, Strash, you might as well roll for Satara in this.
Oh hell yeah! Just tell me how many.
She has 6 dice, and the Spirit Wardens have 4, and we're gonna see how well we perform against each other.
I'm gonna let you roll first, so there's some tension.
All right.
Ooh, you get a 6.
Ooh,
That's
look at
pretty
that.
good.
What?
Oh, no.
No,
Three.
I got a fucking 3. Good
Yeah.
lord.
Good work.
Spirit Wardens.
That's
They're
what I
the
gotta
worst. All right, so it's not even a mix. Like they basically don't do anything effective, and Satara does her worst. So what you guys hear through the grapevine, actually from one of your guys, like that, you have guys that are still like going down to the parlor and like looking, checking stuff out.
Yeah. I mean, we're waiting for the heat to blow over.
You didn't just abandon it, right? Like it's closed down, but it's still your thing. So they come back and tell you, and this is like on the street too. Like there's the Rookery, the Spirit Warden's armored car thing with the Death Seeker crows they brought into the docks to search for you. It's just torn all to pieces. The Spirit Warden's bodies are like skinned and hung on lampposts, and there's blood everywhere, and they're just massacred. And it's been like spread all across the front of the docks, not in front of the tattoo parlor. Satara is smarter than that. But they got close. Everyone knows, like, oh yeah, the other night, like, they were down by tattoo parlor plus some other places, not just your place.
Sure.
Yeah.
And oh man, it was so serious, and everyone heard all these horrible noises, and people are telling, like, I saw everything. There were 1,000 ghosts that came out of the ocean, and or whatever. People have all kinds of crazy stories. But yeah, they apparently like went in there and tried to do something to the pool and got fucking owned by Satara, and
Excellent.
massacred.
I'm sorry, it's just effing hilarious. I can imagine people on the street being like, so yeah, remember when they were really close to like the tattoo parlor and some other places?
That's what they have.
And the rest.
Mm-hmm. So there's a buzz like in the community among the cults. That's the way Duskwall is, right? Everyone has like a secret shrine, in their bedroom or something, or they go to spirit meetings at night to talk to ghosts and stuff. And it's like paranoia. Everyone is a commie mutant trader. Just kind of pretend like they're normal. So there's this buzz around like, oh shit, like, oh man, now we're just totally fucked. Like spirit wardens never get killed, or if they do, they like cover it up so no one knows because they all wear masks and who knows. So there's this vibe now in the docks, especially that the hammer is going to come down. That it's just gotten way out of hand, and people are quietly like throwing away all their stuff and
Right.
quitting.
Lots of shrines on curbsides.
Yeah.
Like tossing them.
Yeah.
It's like frat boys moving out of someplace. All these couches are on the.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah. So nothing has happened yet, but that's the whole. It's like someone killed a cop. It's like, oh shit. There's gonna be retribution. There's gonna be the rule of law in Dustfall is always like strongest and richest win, but this is going to be the higher level of that, which is just like full on. If they want to turn on the police state switch, they can whenever they want to. So,
waiting to see some Imperial Guard.
You very well could, yeah. It's about to get real down there.
So ironically, John, we have no faction status with the Spirit Wardens. Do you want to?
Yeah.
You don't know who we are yet.
Yeah.
There's something near the dock.
Some nameless threat, yeah.
No, let's see. They filled 3 of 4 ticks on Spirit Wardens find you before this happened. And then they did, like, as of the last entanglement round, they did. So I was like, okay, if they go down there and they fuck with that pool, who's going to come out and who's going to come out of it? So let's roll and see what happens. Maybe they'll kill Satara. I don't know. So yeah, they lost real bad.
Yeah.
So
looks like
that's what happened. Yeah. And you guys know, like, it's not a total dead end. Like, they had to spy in Basho's organization for a long time. They were hunting around the neighborhood and probably sending reports somewhere. So it's not like, oh, the trail is cold, we don't know anything. Like,
Yeah.
you know that it's going to lead back around to you again eventually when someone takes up that torch.
Yeah. Right.
All right. How about heat?
4 heat.
4 heat.
Yes.
So that puts us at 7 heat, but because we have a cover operation, it goes down to 5.
Sweet.
And that is all just from like underworld vibe. No one knows what really happened. Killing didn't get added because you covered that up, Strash, obviously. You didn't get a bonus for that. It's just this, like, everyone knows the Lampblacks and the Red Sashes were at war. And they kind of know about the Bloodletters, too. Aren't they the ones that put those guys in the wheelbarrow? And now the situation's different on the street. People are going around going, oh, dude, did you hear the Red Sashes got massacred? But they're like, doesn't seem to be a war going on right now.
Yeah. Lampblacks seem to be inordinately chill.
Yeah. So that's the general heat level that, like, yeah. The Bluecoats and the Inspectors, they know something's up. Power structure's changing in Crow's Foot.
Yeah.
Someone did something.
Well, because the bells never went off, they don't think it was a massacre.
No, they don't. No.
Something.
Like, maybe somebody got ran out of town. Maybe we don't know, but something's up.
Everybody has a theory.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, them thinking we ran the Red Sashes out of town is like best case scenario for the Bluecoats heat. Because then, fuck it. Yeah, we scared them off. What the fuck are you gonna do about it?
Yeah, exactly. As far as anyone knows, yeah.
Ain't no crime.
So
All right.
that's all the sort of business I have. It's been, maybe we could take our first break and then do downtime and stuff when we come back.
That sounds good to me. Cool.
All
right. So we'll take a short break and we will come back with more Blades in the Dark when we return. So stick around.